Hello, hello. How is everyone today? Just having a look to see if everything's connected. I have my microphone on. Yeah, that seems to be working, I think, I hope. Oops, I just put it on backwards accidentally. Because I'm left-handed in a right-handed world. There we go. Now it won't be stuck in my shirt. Autumn is in the house, indeed. Indeed. And I did not get through my my waffles yet, so they're going to have to wait until after. Cocoa and waffles. But you're worth it. You are worth it to reheat that. Okay. It seemed to work pretty well yesterday, I think. Time stamping whatever I read on so that people can find it again quickly. So I think I'm going to do that again. But welcome and happy Conjunction Day. Happy Sunday. Thanks to the Mod Squad, absolutely. Our warriors who keep us safe in here and to whom I am eternally grateful. Made it for the first time? Hello, Tracy. Is my mic on? It should be. Is it? Oh, hang on. Is everybody, can everyone hear me or not? Oh, it fell. There we go. Just let me know. Thank you, Kathy W. Yes, sound is good. Okay. Yeah, I do have my mic on. I can show you. So it should be okay. All right. And I've got the nails my mom picked out. She wanted these. So this is what I have got. All right. Let me put this down here and turn this light on. And you guys let me know, what would you like me to read on today? I'm so glad we got through the conjunction. You know, I mean, the fact is we've been through so much over the past few years with Trump that, you know, apparently a Saturn, Pluto, Sun, Mercury series conjunction in Capricorn, it was like well, that was harrowing, but waffles, anyone? You know, it was just... so, let's see. I got requests for Chuck Schumer, for William Barr. Is that what I can do that? But what have you got? Anybody seconding that? Have other ideas? Weird stuff happening at Mar-a-Lago, some kind of security issue a few days ago. Iranian arrested 1 to 2 days ago. Is Putin playing any role in Democratic primaries? I've read on that, why baby, that that Russians, they're going to, you know, do the same kind of garbage they did before, but one, they're not changing their playbook enough. It's not terribly sophisticated, so it's going to be easier to spot. We know what to look for. At this point, it's all kind of gravy, because they got such a bang for their buck on last time, and that but over and over in all of these readings I've been getting repeatedly, just the sheer volume, the number of people who are going to come out to vote, that stuff like that just is barely going to be in the end, it's going to barely be a blip on the radar this time. That's what I've gotten before. My youngest son is a lefty. Let's see. Anything on Brexit? I have read on Brexit. I have read on Brexit, and I got that it's going to happen. It's going to be brutal, but these are the same people who lived through This is the same country that lived through the Blitz. Um, they'll be okay. There'll be some disruption for a while, but uh, I see. Here's what I'm asking: the Iranian protests seem plutonic. How will they end? That reminds me that Saturn went conjunct about an hour or so ago. Saturn conjunct Pluto, and so the worst of the energy has hit. But it's going to carry on for a while throughout the year because Saturn's going to go retrograde and come back. But the worst of it was, this harrowing week. So that fight between people, grassroots revolution and coming up harshly against the establishment. So, Stephen, good question. Oh, will the Women's March on January 18th be okay? Okay. So, let's see here. Women's March. Let's do that. Women's March on January 18th. And I will get to other questions, but I'm just going to start here. Yeah, that's definitely a Housewives deck kind of question. Although we're going to start getting involved in the Senate impeachment trial, and I know it's not some of your favorite. Some of you don't like the zombie tarot deck, but once that starts, I have a feeling it's going to be the most accurate. But all right, so I'm going to read on the Women's March starting at 7 minutes. So I can timestamp this for later so you can find different readings at your convenience. Women's March on January 18th. Calcifreeze. Women are angry, fed up. Is the Women's March on January 18th going to be okay? The feeling I'm getting and what I'm hearing in my head is yes, but let's have at least a short look on that. Women's March. Yeah, the Women's March. Really? What is this? What are you guys doing? This is your idea of government? This is your idea of a president? This is all caught up in the first part of this feels like it's caught up with the politics that will be going on with the Senate impeachment trial and McConnell and Giuliani and all of them. But this feels like political activism becoming more of a regular part of life. Just like the holidays come around, just like cleaning the house, or raising the kids, cleaning the house. It feels like political activism becoming just more of a regular thing, which may not be entirely bad. Will it be safe? Will it be safe? January 18th, Women's March. Will it be safe? Safe, yes. It might get unruly. It might get a little unruly. I'm surprised at that. I feel like I should be getting this card too. What card are you? It looks like men trying to disrupt it in places for their own reasons. But I'm not getting, tear gas and they're just being some jerks out there in certain places. But the women will still be standing. So Let me just ask once more if there any kind of, yeah, because safety is really important. Is there anything else you can tell us about the safety? Will the people marching in the Women's March, January 18th, will the people, I'm sure they're children, and I'm sure there'll be men there too. Will the march, will it be safe? Will it be safe? I'm hearing mostly yes. Yeah, yes. This really feels like political stuff overtaking. Like, yes, there is a march, and yes, it's important, but the focus really starts moving to the Senate trial. And you have all those people out there thinking about it, talking to like-minded people, talking. This is going to have an effect on the election in November. Alliances made, because people go out and they talk to each other, and there are alliances made, and there are, that sort of thing. So, power to the women, exactly. There's Kathy W, thank you. There's Sue Ellen. Hello. Larry Girl, Peaceful Women's March. You guys are so great, and thank you so much to our, hello, thank you so much to our warriors, to our troll slayers. Thank you. Okay. Mitt Romney and Susan Collins are making bipartisan chirping noises about wanting witnesses. Partial BS or total BS? I feel like I should read on I feel like I should read on Schumer. That was requested. And Senate witnesses. Somebody wanted me to read on Barr, but I'm not feeling, it doesn't feel like I should take the time to do that right now. Or is that really, you know, a lot of what I'm doing here is I want you to sleep better. And what's going to help you? Senate witnesses, Bolton, I could do that. Anything else? Anything else? New York asked Congress to investigate whom? I will sleep better when Trump is out of office. Yes. Yes. Barr has been missing lately. Nikki Haley. Ugh. Ugh. Good morning, everyone. Just having a quick look to see. I watched your 7-hour video last night. That is not aimed at me. The ERA, Equal Rights Amendment. That's a good one. All right, let me just run down my list here and see how much I can get through here, okay? Yeah, Nikki Haley is almost as bad as Kirstjen Nielsen, and Kirstjen Nielsen is. I'm not saying she's a card-carrying Nazi. I'm saying that it wouldn't surprise me. Okie dokie. So, Schumer. Let's read on Chuck Schumer. Hello, Chuck. Hello, Chuck Schumer. You know, for a politician and for he's New York, isn't he? Chuck Schumer, he doesn't feel anywhere near as awful as I would expect. He doesn't feel like a bad guy. because there's a, you don't get to that level of power in Washington, D.C. by being a pushover. But yes, New York, excellent, thank you. But the energy is downright delightful compared to these other people I've been reading on. Well, except of course for Pelosi. I love reading on Pelosi just because her energy has sass. And it's just, she's on it. She's got it. But anyway, Chuck Schumer. He feels like a leader. He feels like he's, okay, why am I suddenly getting, I know it's not the same, because the characters, this fictional character is beloved to me, but I'm getting a kind of Jean-Luc Picard kind of leadership. Not in the sense that he's Jean-Luc Picard, because that character is a legend. I'm saying that that just natural leadership ability. He's actually got more of that energy than I expected. And yes, I'm a huge geek. I could talk you to death on Star Trek and all of Deep Space Nine and yeah, all of that. But anyway, Chuck Schumer. Getting ready. That's what that feels like. Getting your game face on and sharpening your metaphorical knives. Getting ready. That's what he's doing. He is in full preparation mode in the past. All right, I'm going to just show a back of a card over on the side because it helps oh gosh, it helps the camera focus. Sorry, I was trying to hold two different thoughts in my head because I didn't note down the time. It was somewhere around 17-ish, but okay. Chuck Schumer, in the past, well, this was brutal. It's been awful in the Senate with Trump in office and not having direct power. It's just been just gross and smelly. I mean, it's always not fun being in the minority party, but it's just been particularly heinous under Trump. Oops. Center of the reading. Trying to work it out. Trying to work out the details of this impeachment trial. Busy. Very, very busy. Very focused on lots of people around him helping organize. I'm getting above the reading first. Okay, let's go to above the reading. Oh, and he knows what's coming. Okay, I get cups for the Democrats and then just judgment. Then passing judgment, but also them being judged as far as did they do a good job. This is history. These are those videos that they show on the news for decades and decades. Base of the reading. This feels like the Republicans trying to put everything only as it's a totally manicured garden. Everything just exactly how they want it. And this is that's the Republicans, and this is the Democrats trying to just scrub away all of their facade to get to the truth. It's like, oh, you think that's perfect and pretty? Yeah, let's dig down. Let's scrub down and see what's underneath that. Near future. Well, that's not surprising. That's the Knight of Pentacles. That's the Republicans, and then decisions. Hard decisions, sharp, cutting decisions. So this is just going into negotiations and giving arguments and opening statements and coordinating. He just feels really busy. So Home environment, busy. Yeah, what I just said. Busy, 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 busy. Hopes and fears. Oh, bringing Trump, the potential of bringing Trump down. And finally getting the olives out of our lime jello, which would make me very happy. What we see, a whole lot of corruption. A whole lot of corruption. You know, motion to dismiss the impeachments, you know, indictments or whatever it is. Articles of impeachment, that's what it is. All the motions to dismiss. Whew, it's going to be an endurance test. This is the Senate impeachment trial of Donald Trump, and it's an endurance test. It may not necessarily even be that long, but when it's going to be exhausting. And they're going to have to fight for everything. Because the Republicans, I get pentacles for Republicans, they're going to whitewash everything. And if you've been here for a few days, or a number of days, this card just comes up over and over and over and over for what the Senate's going to do when it comes to the articles of impeachment against Trump. But it is holding strong and fighting for everything. Trying to get the sword of truth out, but fighting and fighting. It's exhausting. He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight and fight and fight. And is it gonna do any good? Besides telling the future people of our country that there were many, many, many of us during this time period who couldn't stand this guy, didn't vote for him, and want him out like 3 years ago. The world's watching. Yeah, it does make a difference. And the world's not just watching now, it's also watching in the future. Anything else? Well, he's definitely going to be on the team that is most loved by the American people for his hard work. But it's going to be just brutal and exhausting. I mean, just sitting here thinking about it, it's like, oh my gosh, I just want to just like lie down. Fighting for just every millimeter of ground, as it were. Okay. Autumn's nails are beautiful. My personal favorite. Thank you, Rubber Duck. And my mother chose those, so that's why I'm wearing them. Okay, I just realized those nails really go with that deck. They do, don't they? Huh. Yeah, cool. Bum, bum, bum. Let me see here. So that was Schumer. I was going to read on next Senate witnesses, Bolton, and the possibility of an ERA. Unless something... Your mom likes you, Autumn. I think she does. I hope so. I like her. Alrighty, so I hope that's okay. So we're going to do Senate witnesses next. Exhausting, frustrating. Senate witnesses, Senate witnesses. At 24. Senate witnesses. That feels like something. And as I was dealing these out, these first cards came right off the top of the deck, and then I felt like I needed to... It was like everything will be very straightforward, and then there'll be some kind of out of left field something, and that's the Three of Cups is a card of celebration, and it's easy to be pessimistic and say, oh, that's the Republicans celebrating. But in this deck, it's also a combination. It's also, yeah, that's the word that's coming. It's really strong. Combination. Witnesses. Certainly not as many as we want. There is temperance in the middle of this, and that's good. There's the Democrats fighting the good fight. The Republicans following Mitch McConnell. There is temperance in the middle, but this is still McConnell twisting everything to suit what he wants, which is, acquitting Donald Trump. So, don't get your hopes up too high, but I think there'll be a kind of middle ground. It'll be there. Yes, there should be a witness, some witnesses, something, but there's not. It's not going to be pretty. And McConnell really has no conscience. Power means all. Absolutely all. So unfortunately, somebody asked a cute question that was a play on words, but I'm afraid I didn't see it. Bolton, yes, he's next. He's next. All right, so let's look at John Bolton and his mustache Duke. I named his mustache Duke. And he never skips leg day. So he has the strength to hold Duke up. Very John Wayne. And John Wayne was just staggeringly awful. Let's see here. Bolton. Bolton and his mustache. John Bolton. I'll say 27, right around there. John Bolton. How does your mustache grow? With the blood of kittens, thanks. Oh, phone's ringing in the background. Hope that doesn't bother you. Let's see here. Bolton, Bolton, Bolton. I love your comments, Otto. Okie dokie. Oh, he has a sword for Trump's metaphorical back. He has a metaphorical sword for Trump's metaphorical back. Is he going to use it? I don't know, but he's got one. He has got one. Something that would hurt Trump. In the past, he is the King of Swords. He's always he's always been a hawk. He's always been aggressive. He's always been, even when everybody else was trying to, find peace, and, it's kind of a sphere or a circle or an apple or something. He's like, no, great big, huge, pointy thing, and I'm gonna make you work with me. It's like, but it doesn't work that way. Yeah, sure it does. That's what that feels like. Belligerent, self-centered, Trump administration stuff, pretty normal. Center of the reading, well, that's McConnell. Does McConnell let him testify or not? McConnell kludging the roles of the Senate. Do you know the term kludge? Where you just badly put stuff together just to make it work. Kind of like I kludged the back on my clock here. Because this was actually a picture frame. And I wanted to use it, but there wasn't a picture I wanted to put in it, so I got a clock for it, but it doesn't belong there, and I had to get really creative, and it's not always work. That's a kludge. Anyway, base of the reading for Bolton. Republican vices. He knows he could put a metaphorical sword in Trump's back, but he also knows a lot about what Republicans get up to. So that's that. Yep, his energy's pretty bad. I liked one of you said yesterday or the day before when I read on, I forget who, but it felt like I just got coated in like black gunk as soon as I touched on that person's energy, and someone said, "Did you get slimed again?" It's like, yes, I did. Above the reading, a perfect fit. I don't know what that refers to, but I'm getting the perfect fit. Perfect fit for what? I'll come back to that. It's odd. Perfect fit. Near future. Well, it does feel like witnesses. So it does feel like people. Does that include him though? It does feel like there may be some witnesses, but is Bolton one of them? Is Bolton one of them? Yes. Well, that's what it's saying. Okay. No environment. Oh, he has a lot to give. Trump better start doing whatever Bolton wants, because Bolton has got the goods. And he can dish it up. So, hopes and fears. The damage Bolton could potentially do, that's the fear. What other people see? Yeah, they're all spoiled brats. You know, is spoiled brat McConnell going to allow spoiled brat Bolton to be a witness in the impeachment of spoiled brat Trump? Final outcome for Bolton and his mustache. Don't forget his mustache. Do you guys remember the comedian Paula Poundstone? She had a set where she was talking about her cats, and she was saying that she has a spray bottle of water if they're acting up, and the cats, one of them was climbing the curtains, and in the bedroom, she walked in, the cat was like up near the top of the curtains. And she said the cat turned and looked at her, as if to say, "Look how high I am." And it's like, yes, you are very high, and I'm going to resent it. That's what I've got here. Look how high I am. He's going to feel very important. And he's going to get a lot of speaking engagements because of it. He's going to make money. Oh, plus his book. That's what that is. It's his book. Speaking engagements and or his book. Speaking fees. Oh, and it's a Republican Party. He wants to cash in. This isn't about Trump. He'll do whatever it takes to make money. Whatever's going to sell his stuff and raise his speaking fee. So in that sense, you know, on the one hand, he doesn't want to cause too many waves because the people who are going to really want to hear from him are going to be Republicans. But on the other hand, if he doesn't do something that stands out, he blends in with all of the other people who are a part of this whole mess. Yeah, it's all about the Benjamins, baby. But he does have a sharp, he can do some real damage if he wants to, but is he going to? This feels like the Republicans stopping him. This is the Republicans being like, well, maybe we'll work something out. And he has something, he's got some really nasty information, but I'm being drawn to the look on his face, which is this, oh, that's nice. You know, it's that kind of deer in the headlights, but I'm going to keep smiling kind of thing. I need more cards. Does anyone use as many cards as I don't think so. Money, 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 and more money. What's the Judgment card? Oh. 2 major arcana. Chariot, Hermit, and Wands. He's, whatever he's going to do, he's out for the money. He's going to take his money, and after this, he's going to just go off and be rich. He's not a nice person, and he could really hurt Trump. But it's, you know, he's so full of himself, and he's so, you know, it's like if we had somebody come in who had the goods on Trump, who was thoughtful and reasoned, and, you know, we could trust, even the Republicans could trust their judgment, and it would be hard to go after them. Okay, great. But somebody who's grandstanding and look how important I am, and look how important I am, and look how much money I'm going to make, I don't know that you can trust them either way, or that they may promise to give a lot of really terrible information that's going to do a lot of damage, and then what they give isn't actually quite that bad. So, will Trump be able to hold back on Bolton? Well, let me ask that. Well, to hold back on Bolton at 38. Okay. Since I'm already over in the magnificent aura of the Bolton mustache, if he took that off, it wouldn't look like him. His whole persona is grown around the mustache. Well, you do you, boo-boo. Will Trump be able to hold back on Bolton being able to testify? Will Trump be able to hold... icky. Oh, yuck. Icky energy in my face. Can you say major arcana? This actually looks like him giving some information. Enough information that does some damage, and it shocks the other Republicans, but they're not like disappointed, like, oh gosh, whatever shall we do? But this is a whole lot of Trump garbage coming to light. Yeah, it's really not going to be an either or kind of thing, where yes, we're going to have witnesses and documents. It's like, well, but the ones they choose, or ones they get, they're not the best, and then you get some information from some, but it's not exactly what you were looking for. It's kind of muddy and wishy-washy. Does that make sense? That's what the energy is. Trumpy's not going to know what hit him. He's not going to know what hit him when his finances finally have to be released, too. important people like SDNY or oversight committees, then it's going to be Tower City. Will there be a surprise witness that is going to drop a bomb on Trump? Surprise witness. See here, surprise witness. I'm already in this energy. May as well. Will there be? I shuffle on my lap because it makes just a little bit less noise than doing it on this gigantic amplifier. Will there be a surprise witness in Trump's impeachment trial that does Trump damage? We'll take documents too. It would take just about anything at this point if it was getting the real truth out about Donald Trump in a way that would stick. Will there be any surprise witnesses? About 40. Will there be any surprise witnesses that hurt the Orange Fuhrer? The Fuhrer is furious. We know that. Well, Trump is already overflowing with emotion. Will there be any surprise witnesses? Or a surprise witness? Oh dear. No. No. The world will be watching. There is going to be some judgment. There are going to be some smaller swords put in Trump's back, but this is still disappointed Democrats and McConnell keeping control of the rules to twist everything around. But this feels like Trump, and he's furious. He's unhinged. He's slurring his words worse than ever. He was already unfit to be president. On day one, he was unfit to be president, but now it's just. Will Judge Roberts do away with McConnell? I know, actually, I read about this the other day. Judge Roberts, it turns out his energy is the most beige energy I've ever read on. It was just, it's like, wow. He cares about the long-term independence and power of the Supreme Court. That's his priority. And he's not going to make waves in the Senate impeachment trial of Trump. Also because he has to go back to work over at the Supreme Court, where there are any number of cases that Trump is a part of. And he doesn't want to show bias or get the Supreme Court sucked into things it shouldn't be. So yeah, boring. Seriously, don't look to Roberts to be useful. He'll be sitting there looking like a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. That's it. Okay, let's see here. Let me see. Robert's personality has been Botoxed. You're not wrong. My baby, you're not wrong. I will tell my mother, Stephen, for Autumn's mom, we look forward to your next nail selection. Your taste is impeccable. Thank you. Let's see. All right, so let's look at the ERA, because that's on my list here. I remember my mom fighting for the ERA. Way back when. And my mother is, just so you know, she's wonderful and I love her. And she means the world to me. And we have found a way to get along, even though her politics could not be more different from mine. But we make it work. We don't talk about politics much. There's always other stuff. But I love her. Absolutely love my mom. ERA. She fought for it. I remember when I was a child, I remember her fighting for the ERA. And was sorely disappointed when it didn't go through. But a future ERA. So whenever there are demonstrations that involve the ERA, I always look for the retro signs, the vintage ERA signs, because they remind me of my childhood. And again, I was a child during the bicentennial too, so. Nope, 2 cards there. ERA. Equal Rights Amendment. Will we finally get an Equal Rights Amendment? They've been swatting it away. The government's been swatting it away for a long time. When it comes up, yeah, we'll get to that, whatever. In the past, no, things didn't pull through because it would have meant paying women the same as men. And that just couldn't fly at the time. Center of the reading. Oh, but the times, they are a-changing. That's at the center of the reading. See what else we've got here. Base of the reading. This actually feels like we talk about the suburban white women who voted for Trump. Who don't normally vote, but they voted for Trump. But they're not really convinced, and they're starting to fall away from Trump. Well, when it comes to the ERA, it feels like they're getting enough power and clout that as they start, as women in general, but especially these people start, I hate to say it, why is it that, we make progress on sexual assault when a man is affected? We make progress on equality not when African American women mobilize, or although they are very much so for this next election, but yeah, it's the Caucasian women, and I'm just generally appalled that we live in a time. I mean, it's better than it was, but we're nowhere near where we should be for equality. People should be judged on who they are. You don't choose the color of your skin. You don't. Above the reading, there's still really nasty women's places in the home, garbage, and this is more of a CEO kind of energy. So it's that dichotomy. Plus the fact that if you start talking about like feminism to some men, they get angry about it, and you're like, well, what are you angry about? It's just equality. It's just the same rights, the same. And they're like, no, women will have all the power and will be tyrants over men. And it's like, no. You don't. Okay, you can't. I understand you can't quite wrap your head around this, but it's equality means nobody's got the ability to be a tyrant, and they can't wrap their heads around the concept. If men aren't in charge, then women are in charge, and that's not acceptable. What? In the near future. Well, this is good. This is the Empress. This is the power of women, and the Magician taking power into their own hands, having agency, being able to run for office, being able to donate to politicians. Also, men who have weren't raised dragging their knuckles on the ground, and who believe that, believe in equality. Home environment. Well, right now there's still some disappointment because things aren't equal. That's what I'm getting from that. I got 2 cards for the hopes and the fears. Yeah, chaos and our beloved sacred corporations who are political entities and can donate because dollar money above all. If women have equal, if there's an amendment, then women will become incredibly litigious, and it will hurt our sacred corporations. And what we see, yeah, see, this is the chaos, the fear of change, the lack of imagination, and all of that. Meanwhile, in reality, oh, hey, Janet, your flowers look like they've come in really well. Oh, yeah, thanks. I've been working hard on it, I haven't had much time, but I mean, it's just a very sort of normal, hey, how's it going? Oh, it's fine, Meanwhile, it's the end of civilization, and final outcome. Next generation. It's the next generation. They've got these pages here. They are the ones who are going to be, they're the ones that are going to keep this, how do I put this? They know women are not fools. And they know that this kind of caricature of a woman who's just scatterbrained and probably can't drive well and has a huge purse and is always losing things and wants a man to save her kind of thing. They know that's not true. And this is the generation coming up that see what she really is. And they're kind of looking out to the side, but they're also protecting women, even though I realize they're not protecting this twisted view of women, but it will happen, but it's the young people who are going to really have the power to do it. I'm sorry that was so convoluted, but that's what I got. I hope that's okay. Okay. Hunani, I think as she gets calm, she talks softer. Is that me? Let me see here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Avocado green was the in color, still works. My mother had the, she was more the orange. The harvest, well, there was harvest gold, and there was like a sunset orange, whatever that was called. Oh, did my voice go soft? I'm not reading on things that make me quite as angry. I had somebody just ask something. Are we going to have a young, intelligent president after dump? Are we going? Just talk amongst yourselves a second. Are we going to have a young, intelligent president after dump? 5430. Are we going to have a young, intelligent president after dump? You mean one who doesn't say that the J in the middle for his middle name stands for genius. I mean, I hate to, you know, I'm not making a pun actually, but the bar is pretty low, even though the William bar is also very, very low. But are we going to have a young, intelligent president after dump? Are we going to have a young, intelligent president after dump? Cards are falling out. This chaotic energy. Okay, there's something chaotic about the energy. Overflowing emotion. Also, if some people saying the glass is half empty. By the way, for the record, just a small aside, the glass is not half full. The glass is not half empty. The glass is twice as big as it needs to be in the past. Well, the Republicans are going to be disappointed, that's for certain. They're going to see their little walls come tumbling down, center of the reading, because we're heartbroken and we're fed up. Base of the reading. Oh, these two are together. Oh, Trump's fall is going to be epic. The fall of Trump is going to be epic. That's what that feels like. Can we just bask? Can we just bask? Oh, just bask in the fall of the lime jello. Yeah. Above the reading. Getting back to decency, getting back to normal life. You know, generosity with your neighbors and friends and worrying about other things. One of the greatest jokes in SNL during the Trump era was Michael Che, when he said, I'm looking forward to the day when someone says, do you know what the president did today? And I can say, no. Yeah. Near future. Oh yeah, there's some chaotic energy between here and there. I mean, bizarro chaotic energy. Yeah, it's not a straight shot from here to the election to after the election. Home environment. Yeah, there is going to be judgment. Judgment, death, Tower, justice. Ask not for whom the major arcana tolls, Trumpy. It tolls for thee. Hopes and fears. Oh, we know Trump is absolutely terrified that he's going to be kicked out of the presidency because he knows that they're going to come after him legally for criminal conduct. But this is hopes and fears. You know, we're hoping that we won't be the laughingstock of the world anymore. That would be nice. What we see, that's someone young and energetic who's a decent person. Okay, let's see here. Final outcome. I got 2 cards. Well, that is President Tub of Lard, and when I say, oh my gosh, are you insulting his weight? No, it's a tub of lard, and yeah, that's accurate. He doesn't take care of himself. Has nothing to do with his looks. The Trump versus the Democrats. That can also be Pelosi sometimes. But it isn't necessarily her. Actually, I'm feeling more Warren. Interesting. Final outcome. Overindulgence. This is going to sound like such a cop-out. And I'm sorry that I can't be more specific. I'm not saying Warren's going to win. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that there's something that happens between here and the next election that I can't figure out what it is, but it turns things on their heads. And we have kind of a hangover, a political hangover by the time we get to the next election. That's what I'm getting for that. I don't have a better answer, I'm afraid. Okay, so I think that might be about it for today. Just because I'm getting tired and I've been here for an hour. But I will be here tomorrow, and tomorrow noon, Central Standard Time, same pumpkin time, same pumpkin channel. And I'm just going to I've been doing this every day, noon Central Standard Time since Christmas Day. So I'll just see how long I can go. All right, and thank you so much, and thank you to our warriors, our troll slayers, our elven queens, the people keeping us safe. Thank you so much, Larry Girl, Kathy W, Noelle, Sue Ellen. Thank you. Hugs to the kitties, absolutely. Alice, yes, the troll slayers, they are on it. Okay, have a great Sunday. And hang in there, okay? We made it through, astrologically, what might be the worst part of the year. So just keep breathing, hang in there, have a great day. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.